All right, so we're FightFan.com on location at the Wildcard Gym with Freddie Roach. Appreciate you having us here. What about the move up to 135, the Diaz fight now? How do you think the weight is going to work out? Is Manny struggling a little bit to make 130?
Yeah, a little bit, and I think at 35 he's going to be much stronger, and I think he'll bring his punch up with him, and his speed will be the same. But one thing I'm concerned about, I think in the Marquez fight, we weighed 130 pounds for the fight.
Yeah.
Going into the ring, we were 146.
Yeah.
I think Manny put on too much weight.
Yeah.
I really like when guys put on a lot of weight between that 24-hour period.
Is that just hydrating, or?
Just overeating, I think. Because I think food makes you sluggish.
Yeah, yeah.
It slows your skills down a little bit, and your reactions, and it slows your body down. And I think there's a fine line there between gaining enough weight or too much weight.
Right.
I'm a firm believer you shouldn't gain more than 10 pounds. I like about 16 pounds at most. Maybe 16 pounds, that's a lot of weight.
Does that affect the speed a little bit too?
Of course.
It does, yeah, right.
It'll affect your whole, the food in your system makes you sluggish, It's just like the military, when they do maneuvers,
right.
It's always in the morning on an empty stomach, because you're sharper on an empty stomach. And I'm not saying I want to starve Manny, but I'm going to monitor that a lot closer this fight.
Okay. One question about the 135, and I think you mentioned this to me before, the guys at 135 are bigger guys sucking down to 135, so is there a lot of difference between the guys at 135 and 130?
Yeah, I think so. They'll be a lot, stronger. They'll probably bring a better punch, and I think Manny will be able to handle it though, because we box with bigger guys in the gym, with like Ortiz and so forth. He's a 40-pounder and he's sparring partner with me, and Victor Ortiz, one of the sparring partners that we use for this fight. And Victor is a great work for us. Diaz isn't as strong as him, so I think he'll be a great work for us. And I'm trying to get Freddie Roach to come over for his slickness and speed. And so we're gonna have all our bases covered with our sparring, and so we're gonna get some other guys here. And Manny's gonna come over on May 10th.
And you think that's a good measuring stick, Diaz? Because there's not a lot of secrets. He's pretty straightforward, comes forward, strong guy.
Strong guy, a little bit awkward because he's a southpaw. Manny doesn't really like fighting southpaws that well. He's hittable, and usually when people are hittable, Manny does pretty well with that style. But on the other end, the guy's a pretty good puncher, and he likes to fight. This guy, the worst thing I'm kind of worried about right now is there's a lot of people out there telling Manny Pacquiao this is an easy fight.
Right.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Because this guy's an Olympian, he's a good amateur career, he's a world champion. You don't win world titles by accident.
Yeah.
The guy's coming, he knows this is a chance of a lifetime for him, he has nothing to lose. He's going to be at his best, I'm sure, and that's what Pacquiao will be also.
He's a durable guy as well, he's pretty strong, so.
Durable, good chin, the thing is, we can outbox this guy and be smart about the fight. We can exchange with the guy and give him a chance. I don't want to take away Manny's explosiveness and so forth, but we're going to be a little more technical in this fight than...
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, from a fan's point of view, would we be expecting a firefight, or are we expecting Pacquiao to use his advantages in boxing, speed?
Use his improved style of boxing. You're not getting hit so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's something we have to do in this fight.
And I don't want to look too far beyond that, but they're throwing a lot of big names around, like a Hatton fight or a De La Hoya fight. Is that crazy talk, or is that not necessarily?
It's real.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the one that wants Hatton.
Yeah.
They were talking about Oscar, and I said, well, Hatton's the same size Pacquiao, same height.
Yeah.
I think if we get him at a catch weight of 37, 38,
right,
it'd be a competitive fight. the fight sells big time because both guys drawn on pay-per-view, and it's a great matchup because they both have similar styles.
Yeah.
So I love the Hatton fight. I think it's a defining fight for Manny to win, and Hatton's going to get by Juan Moscano first, and that's not an easy fight, obviously.
Right, yeah.
And Manny's going to get by Diaz first. So, but the thing is, the Oscar de la Hoya, Oscar wants to fight Manny, Manny wants to fight Oscar.
Wow.
And the thing is, I said, well, wait, would they fight that? And they said, well, 150. I said, no, 147 would be the highest we would go. And they're having trouble signing Mayweather, I hear, because he wants 50-50.
Right.
And I don't think Golden Boy wants to give him that. And, you know, Pacquiao and Oscar has some contract problems.
Yeah,
and so forth, and
that's right.
Oscar's a little bitter about that, and Pacquiao doesn't care.
Yeah.
So,
well, one thing I wanted to ask you about those guys, you've been up close and personal with both of them. Like, what's the size difference like? Do you think that there's a significant size and strength difference with Oscar? Or?
Yeah, the thing is, there's a fight, it's about the style of how Manny fights the fight.
Yeah.
For Manny to beat Oscar, he's going to have to box, use his speed, be really on top of this game because Oscar's bigger and stronger, but the thing is, Oscar's older now, and Oscar's having trouble pulling the trigger.
Right.
He really is. I mean, you saw it in the last Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
All right, Freddie. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, man. Thanks very much for talking to FightFan.com as always.
Thank you very much.
All right. Cheers.